Cleveland Browns are on the cusp of becoming the second team in NFL history to lose 16 games in a season. The Detroit Lions were the first to do it, back in 2008, and by virtue of point differential, the Lions were outscored by 249 points during their winless season. Detroit is considered the worst team in NFL history, which got us to wondering, what are the worst teams across the other three major sports? Here's a look. Manager Alan Trammell and the 2003 Tigers were outscored by 337 runs on their way to 119 losses. Otto Graols Jr. / Getty Images MLB, 2003 Detroit Tigers manager, Alan Trammell record, 43-119 season summary. Yes, the 1962 Mets went 40-120, but that was an expansion team. This was an established franchise that had spent 10 seasons building to be historically awful. It somehow finished 13 games worse than the 2002 team, which lost 106 games. It earned this dubious achievement. On first-year skipper Trammell, the losing started immediately. The Tigers lost their first 9 games and were 1-17 after their first 18, proving that stretch was no fluke. They had a 1-15 run in August that included an 11-game losing streak and then had a 1-16 stretch in September. The star face was Mike Maroth, who went 9-21 with a 5.73 ERA. He's the last pitcher to lose 20 games and the only one since 1980. Rookie Jeremy Bonderman went 6-19 with a 5.56 ERA, while Nate Cornejo went 6-17 with a 4.67 ERA and just 46 strikeouts in 194 2/3 innings. He had 9 starts where he didn't strike out a single batter. Chris Mears and Franklin German tied for the team lead with 5 saves. Here's one way to show how bad this team was. It actually went 19-18 in 1-run games, but it was 7-40 in games decided by 5 or more runs. That's how you get outscored by 337 runs. The Tigers were shut out 17 times and allowed 10-plus runs 21 times. They were 20 wins worse than Tampa Bay, the second worst team. The Tigers began the final week with a 38-117 record, staring at those 120 losses of the 62 Mets. The national media descended on Detroit. They lost 12-6 to the Royals on Monday but then won the next 2 and beat the Twins 5-4 on Thursday on a Shane Holt walk-off home run in the 11th inning. After losing on Friday, they had to win their final 2 games to avoid tying the Mets record. Then came the Saturday night miracle. They trailed the Twins 8-0 but rallied to win 9-8. The winning run, true story, came when Warren Morris struck out on a wild pitch and Alex Sanchez scored from third, capping the Tigers' biggest comeback since 1965. They still needed to win on Sunday. Craig Monroe hit a go-ahead home run in the 6th as the Tigers won 9-4. The winning pitcher? Maroth. What happened next? General manager Dave Dombrowski, who had taken over in April 2002, set about rebuilding. He signed Ivan Rodriguez and Rondo White and traded for Carlos Colon before the 2004 season. With the 2nd pick in the draft, the Tigers drafted Justin Verlander, who fell to the Tigers when the Padres selected Matt Bush. Thank you very much. The Tigers improved to 72-90. In 2005, they signed Magalio Ordonez as a free agent and acquired Placido Polanco during the season from the Phillies for Yugith Urbina. The team finished 71-91, and Dombrowski felt it was time to make a bigger push. He fired Trammell and hired Jim Leyland for 2006. The Tigers made 2 final big free agent signings, starter Kenny Rogers and closer Todd Jones. The farm system, which had been mostly barren for more than a decade, produced Verlander, Curtis Granderson and hard-throwing reliever Joel Zumaya, all playing their first full seasons. The Tigers turned in one of the most surprising turnarounds in MLB history, going 95-67. In just 3 seasons, they had improved by 52 wins. They reached the World Series, losing in 5 games to the Cardinals. Quote, "We're not the worst team in baseball. No matter what, we're going to have a better winning percentage than the Mets, and we beat their record. You've got to compare apples with apples, not apples with oranges, okay? They played 160 games and we'll play 162. former Tigers first baseman Carlos Pena after the dramatic Saturday night win. David Schonfield, Tyrus Thomas and the Bobcats finished 7-59, setting a record for worst winning percentage in a season. Namwai Haepi Fotimba, 2011 12th Charlotte Bobcats coach, Paul Silas record, 7:59 season summary. When the 2011 NBA lockout ended, experts and fans alike wondered which team would suffer most from the extended break and shortened off-season. It didn't take long to find out. The Bobcats, who were coming off a mediocre but not terrible 34-win season in 2010-11, actually won their season opener,